Hey everybody, it's Landon here. Welcome back to the third episode of Landon's Space Program. I'm just in my mine mining. While on the break between episodes, I went ahead and built myself a strip mine. That cave I found was, it was a nice start, but honestly, it just didn't really go deep enough, so it couldn't get me any of the ores I really needed for a lot of the technology mods. Whenever I build a strip mine, I always like to keep it nice and tidy. So I'll just go ahead and fill this in and run out of blocks. I guess I'll have to fix that later. Anyway, I guess I'll show you around while I'm here. I like to have a nice orderly mine. You can see I go ahead and fill in everything that I mine. I haven't really done too much mining, but even so, I've found a good bunch of diamonds. I haven't gone ahead and mined them yet, though, because between episodes, I went and did some exploring for some additional resources I would need for this episode, and I happened to find a village. Well, that's pretty good luck, because that means I can get myself an emerald, and the emerald will allow me to upgrade my bronze pickaxe so that it gets silk touch. And then I'll be able to, toss my diamonds in something that will double them. On my way down, I happen to find myself another nice cave. I haven't even gotten all of the resources out of here yet. And I also went ahead and made myself two mines. The bottom one is for gold and redstone and diamonds, and this one up here is for iron and tin. They both follow the same pattern. Of course, I always include water. It's a nice little safety drop. Also because it lets me do things like no damage. I love doing that. That's why I actually use a ladder straight down instead of a staircase. Lets you get down nice and quickly. Of course, the trip back up takes a little while, but hey, that's actually a lot faster than using stairs too. And since I go straight down, I can literally pop right up into my hole. How nice is that? Another thing I did while between episodes was I went ahead and planted myself a small little garden. I wanted to go ahead and get some food. I found some carrots at the village. That's awesome. Went ahead and moved the chest to the opposite side of the room, to make room for this expansion. Otherwise, it would have, if I'd gone here, it would have gone down towards the water. It would have gotten a little bit too close for my tastes. I like to make sure that I have room for my expansions and such. So anyway, I figure we'll go ahead and get into the meat of the episode. And the meat of the episode is power. See, this thing's nice. It doubles my ore. And I like it. That's really cool. And the thing is, it's only powered by lava. And even though I'm going to have plenty of that later on, for now, it's nice to have an early game source of power. Especially one that I can use to power, all my other mechanical goods. So I figure we'll go ahead and start with that. In preparation for this episode, I went ahead and got myself a whole bunch of ingots. So let me just go ahead and get them into my inventory. There we go. We'll also, of course, need some of that. We'll need some redstone too. Yeah, I think that's everything we'll need. Yeah, that should be everything that we need. Alright. Now, the first thing we're going to need... Oh, wait, of course. We're going to need glass. Now then, the first thing that we're going to need is a way to generate power. And we got a lot of options, but I like dynamos from thermal expansion just because, well, they work pretty good in my opinion. They really do. So in order to make one, we're just going to need 2 copper gears. That's easy enough to make. And we'll also need a redstone transmission coil. But that's just silver and redstone. That's also easy to make. And, yeah, that's basically it. So, we got ourselves a steam dynamo. Now, basically, you put coal in the steam dynamo, but we're also going to need some water. And that means I'm going to want, and I don't want to put it in by bucket, so I'm going to go ahead and make myself a nice little storage tank. Now, that one only holds 8 though, so we can reinforce with Invar, and that one holds 32. Awesome. So we can put that right on top of the dynamo and it will pump its water straight in. But in order to properly manipulate that, we're going to need to make a wrench. Excellent. That's also what we're going to need to use to move it around once we filled it up with our bucket here. So yeah, now then, let's see, what else do we need? Oh yes, we need something with which to store our power. And for that, we're going to want a leadstone energy. Oh, we're also going to need a little bit of electrum. I think we can make electrum in here. I hope we can make electrum in here. If we can't, that's going to suck. So yeah, I'll just go ahead and put some gold and silver in here and get that melting. But while we're waiting for that, yeah, first thing we're going to have to do is make a frame. For that, we'll need a block of redstone. Easy enough to get. And next, basically we're going to need glass and lead, which we've got. And then on top of that, basically we're going to need some copper, that thing we just made, and the redstone transmission coil, which is made of electrum. And electrum is just gold and silver. Interesting fact, electrum is actually how you find gold and silver in the, like, when you're mining it, you know, like in real life. So, I kind of like that. Wait a second, what's that? Okay, 2. Let me just go ahead and pull the out. Very good. By the way, I also made this. It's a casting basin. You can use that if you're, instead of just getting out one ingot at a time, you can get out a whole block. It makes smelting a bunch of ingots at once a whole lot easier. So yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll just make ourselves this. And now we can go ahead and make our leadstone energy cell. And I'd like to go ahead and reinforce this with Invar, which is basically just ferrous ore and iron ore together. This way it'll hold more power and it'll let us input and output more power at the same time as well. So now that we've got that all set up, we're going to want to go ahead and start charging this thing, because we're going to be needing this for what we're going to be doing later on. So yeah, we'll just do this and put our dynamo right there. And so, of course, and I'll need to hit it with my wrench. Now you notice how the bottom right now is blue. In thermal expansion, they've got this thing where blue means input and orange means output. So when I hit it with the wrench, I'm changing its mode to output. And if I dump water in there, it just goes straight into our steam dynamo. So I'm going to go ahead and fill this up, and once I've done that, I'll go ahead and get back with you. Last one. Full. Alright, so now all I need to do is just pop some coal in here. Let's go ahead and put in a good, say, 16. That's a nice even number. And we'll see the steam is now filling up. And power... Oh, wrong one. Also wrong one. Ah, here it is. Power was coming out. 80 RF per tick. That's redstone flux. That's the type of power that thermal expansion uses. And that's 10 redstone flux is equivalent to 1 Buildcraft megajoule if you're used to that. If we look over here, we'll see that it's storing our stuff, which is always nice. Let me go ahead and put this up here. Yeah. You know, just might as well max it while we're at it. This is going to take a little while to fill up, and it burns through coal relatively fast. Of course, you know, it does take a little while to get coal, and actually, you know, we do kind of have other uses for coal. So I'd actually rather be using charcoal, you know, because that's a lot easier to find. All you have to do is just grab some saplings and plant them. Now, you know, these are the only saplings I got because I already planted all mine. I'll get to that in just a bit. So now the next thing we want, of course, is, you know, saplings are. Look, I got this thing right here, and it chops down stuff pretty good. But, you know, I mean, let me just show you. I mean, it chops it down okay. Especially when you're just, like, clearing stuff. I mean, it's certainly better than nothing. But, you know, we gotta have a better way of doing this if we're gonna produce anything on any super good scale, you know. And fortunately, we have multiple options available to us. Yes, many, many good options available to us. Now the option I'm going to be using is from a mod called Mine Factory Reloaded, and it gives us a special block called a Harvester. Man, I love the Harvester. It would help if I actually spell it correctly too. This thing right here. So let's see here. We're just gonna need some of these. And we've already got the plastic. Oh, we're going to need another one of these, which means we need a tin gear. Right. And then, oh, we're definitely going to need another one of these. Oh, am I really? I can't possibly. Oh, right. I didn't shift click it. If you want it to actually put the items in your thing here, you have to shift click that little question mark. Just an FYI. Let's see here. Yeah, I got it. What I need for that. Now, there is one little problem. Oh, it won't fill it if you don't have the things you need to make it. But just as an FYI, for things that, like, say, this axe that I'm building right here, well, if it's got something in like that, in UI, which is what's making this, isn't smart enough to put that in. So, you're just going to have to put it in manually. Same thing for shears. Anything with a durability. Because, see, if I go ahead and click this here, then, yeah, it can't fill it in. But, you can just hit that question mark, and it'll at least give you, the hints on what you need to do. So, yeah, in we go. What did I forget? What did I forget? What? Got gold gears. I got what? Oh. Ta-da! Here we go. Now, in order to use this, we're going to need a chest. And, oh, we're going to want to sleep. Got a chest. You know what? We're going to want another one of these. We're going to want another, yeah, we're going to want another tank to hold liquid. Because, if we don't, we're just going to lose a little bit of our efficiency. And, who wants to lose a little bit of efficiency? Sweet. Now then, let me just go over here. I'm going to go ahead and take out his coal. I'll go ahead and let this guy finish filling up for now. Oh, nice thing. You can see him there, that line there. Yeah. For thermal expansion, they have this nice little output on front, which lets you know what's going on. It just gets brighter the more it fills up. Oh, you can see another line just filled up. Awesome. So, yeah. We'll just wait until he finishes burning. There we go. Steam power's not... There we go. Yeah, we don't want to waste power. I don't like, at least not this early on in the game, Okay, so let me go ahead and explain how what we're doing works. What we want to do is cut down this tree. Now, to do that, all we do is we take this guy and put him right next to the tree. Now, this little thing right here, that's the output. So we put the chest there. And we put power here, and we configure it so that the power is going into the machine. And look at that. All the saplings, all the wood goes into the chest. Now, if we go and look here, we'll also notice we have something called sludge. Sludge, you can go ahead and we can go ahead and just put this tank on top, and it will put the sludge into the tank for us. The sludge is actually good for two things. First of all, it's first of all, you can put it in a sludge burner, and Mine Factory Reloaded will turn that into a variety of useful items. I find with all these added biomes, though, it tends to turn it into a lot of less than useful things. So I usually don't burn it that way. I find the other useful thing you can use it for is just as a fuel source. There's another dynamo called a reactant dynamo where you can burn it in there. And that's kind of nice. Oh yeah, I also found these. Yummy berries. Now, here's the thing about this. It's got a maximum range. So, there, see? The maximum range is 3x3 in front of it. You can upgrade that. So, yeah, that's great. You know, if you want to do a major thing where you're farming a whole bunch of, you're farming a whole bunch of, a whole bunch of farms, wheat, carrots, that sort of thing. But for just trees, there's a neat little trick you can use. See, I went ahead and pre-planted this forest. And the nice thing about it is that whenever heck, it will go ahead and continue harvesting a tree, even if it's outside of its boundary, because you don't want leaf blocks hanging around and things like that. Well, you notice how all these trees are just sort of touching each other? In fact, it's even kind of dark in here because there's so much foliage. Yeah, Mine Tractor Reloaded could not distinguish between that. So if I just go ahead and I just go ahead and get myself a little bit of room here quickly. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and place this down. First, we'll place that down. Place you down. Oh, we need to get the chest down fast. There we go. It was just dumping stuff out because it couldn't carry it fast enough. Yep. Just look at it. It's just going all to town. Oh, it's rapidly draining the power cell too. But, just look at it. And, I guess I'll just go ahead and come back when it's done. How's that sound? And we're done. Alright, looks like I still got a few saplings that didn't grow up. I guess there's no harm in leaving them there, huh? Anyway, let's go ahead and see what our haul was. First of all, we got quite a good bit of sludge, actually. Yeah, that'll be nice. I should go ahead and get a sugar farm up so that I can, burn this. I actually had to go home and recharge this a little bit again, because it ended up using a lot of power on those leaves. But I think we should be just fine on the power from now on. Because I can turn all this, I can turn all that into charcoal, and I'm not going to be running out of power again anytime soon. Well, no, actually, yeah, I am. But that's after I built a lot of stuff that burns lots and lots and lots of power. So why don't we head back and start getting that stuff turned into fuel? Yes. Ah, lovely. Yeah, I can go ahead and use the coal for this. Excellent. Now then, let's go ahead and talk about a little more of the stuff that we can do with this. I mean, we've already got plenty of nice saplings here, and I could continue to plant them manually, but that does take effort. And, I do want to go ahead and automate stuff. Not to mention the fact that I've got this nice little garden here. I'd really like to use that. So, first thing we need to do is get ourselves another power and another energy cell. Now, we could go ahead and use some cable, but since I don't have any of the machinery available, I can't really make any of it yet. So I'll just go ahead and make myself another energy cell, and I'll charge it over at the steam dynamo. So yeah, leadstone. Oh yeah, I'll need that again. And I'm glad I have a second thing of electrum. And we'll go ahead and reinforce this. Excellent. Now, the next thing we're going to want is a planter. And let's see, we're going to need some copper gears. 2 of them to be precise. We're going to need Another redstone reception coil. Easy enough. We're going to need some pistons. I'm out of iron. Oh, well, okay, I guess I'll be cooking up some more then, won't I? That'll be a good demonstration of, it'll be a great demonstration of this thing right here. Yeah, also, we'll just go ahead and plop that in there. Take you out. Bink. There we go. And I'll just put you here so you're out of my inventory. And it'll take a little bit for them to melt up, so I'll be right back when they're melted. And they're melted. Sweet. To get iron, all I gotta do is pour out here. I love this animation. You can see it just slowly filling up. Yeah, I love that. Pop. Excellent. So let's go ahead and head back down to our crafting table. Let's see here. We're gonna need 2 of these guys. Wait, what? Oh, I need some wood. That's right. I'm also gonna need some cobble too, aren't I? Yes, I am. Oh, I've got plenty of that. Not a problem. Oh, I'm gonna put these apples away because they will be useful later. I don't want to just get rid of them. So let's see here. What was I doing? Oh, yes. Need to get myself some pistons. 2 of them. That's exactly what I needed. Also, I'll need tin gear, which I then use to make a machine frame. Last but not least, I shall need a trusty flower pot. Excellent. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go right here to the middle of my garden, put it down. This thing, basically, it plants on dirt above it. So since I've got dirt above here, well, I mean, that just works out now, doesn't it? And I'll just go ahead and put my power supply right by it. And any seeds that I put in here, they're going to be immediately planted up top. You can see that they disappeared as soon as I put them in. That's because they appeared right here. So now I go ahead and I take my harvester, I put him down. Let's go ahead and put a power cell down too while we're at it. And I'll put that tank here down. Oh, and of course my chest. I will definitely need the chest. There. And while we're at it, let's go ahead and move this guy over too. Since this particular thing needs the power more than the one at the bottom, I can just go ahead and set him up. That way, you know, I can just put some of that charcoal in there and power that up. Ooh, I'm gonna need to also set that to output. Right, very good. I'm gonna need another one of you guys soon. Do I have enough? Yes, I do actually. Good. Well, that would actually be a great time for me to show another nice little property of these portable tanks, which is another one of the reasons why I love them so much. Okay, I'll be honest. I just freaking love these portable tanks. I really do. Oh, God. So much power. Yes, I shall put a full thing of you in here. Ah, yes, here it is. They connect. When this thing gets full, it's going to start going up into here. This gives us a total of 64 buckets, and we can get another 2 upgrades out of that, one of which is fairly easy. So when these things just naturally grow up, I'd show you, but I don't actually have any bone meal on me because I used up all my bones earlier. Whoopsie. But, you know, hey, one of them's going to grow up eventually, and when they do, that guy will chop it up, and he'll get outputted here, and we'll have, well, we have, that's pretty much, well, it's not unlimited power, but it's a heck of a lot. And that's certainly going to be useful for what we're doing next. Because after all, you know, We do want to go ahead and get into space really fast, but you can't get into space unless you got a really cool place to live. You know, every good space program needs it needs a complex to go with it. Or in my case, it needs a rabbit burrow. So, that was what we'll be doing next time, and that's what we're going to be using all of this power for. So, until next time, I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for watching.